Hi, how are you? Welcome today for Media Relations Lesson 2. And in this lesson, we are going to look at leveraging media relations for 21st century organizational success. Now, one thing you must note that this is our lesson 2 as far as media relations is concerned. And for you to get a lesson or lesson 1 or part 1, you can just subscribe to my YouTube channel and you'll be able to follow through this particular unit. So I'm focusing on media relations, and today we are, some few days ago, I did a lesson on topic 1. Topic 1 was simply about what we call media relations, on the introduction aspect of it. Now, today's lesson, we are going to focus on leveraging media relations for 21st century organizational success. Now, after this lesson, we'll also release lesson 3, lesson 4, and lesson 5. Now, when you talk about leveraging media relations for 21st century organizational success, we are simply saying that it is good that we have media relations in our organizations, because media is a very, very, very crucial part of an organization. Because you realize right now, as we speak in the 21st century, the media is being used constantly to pass messages, and messages can be taken across the world, or can be passed across the world in a very, very, very few seconds, or in a flash of seconds. In other words, we are saying media is very important, and the moment you have got good media relations with whenever an organization has got good media relations with a media house or media, then you realize that information, mostly that the media will relay to the public, will be favorable information. And they will not be seeking other ways of getting information. They will only coming directly to you to get this information. Therefore, when you talk about this, then we are going to go into introduction to media relations. In this particular lesson, this lesson provides a broad scope to delve into multifaceted aspects of media relations. And we are going to explore how organizations and strategically utilize media engagement to achieve their goals. Because you realize that also manager, they need what is called reputation. Every organization wants what we call reputation. Every organization requires goodwill, good reputation. We are going to navigate the complexity of modern communication landscapes. And also, we realize that media in this digital age is very, very important. It's very crucial. So in today's dynamic environment of an interconnected world, where information is moving very fast, just like I started, in light, the role of media relations is very important than ever. The role of media relations is very important. So when you talk about media relations, we are saying that as an organization, have a good relationship with the media. At the first lesson that I taught, I said it's good to have good relationship with the media, because assuming that you are an organization and you have faced a very serious crisis. So if you have faced a very serious crisis, what does that mean? It simply means that you're going to attract the attention of various publics. The media will be there, the community will be there, stakeholders will be there, shareholders will be there, almost everybody will be there to find out what has happened. Suppose it is what we call there was a fire breakout. Or maybe, for example, the employees went on strike. So instead of the media going to ask for it, look for information from the nearby community, looking for information from every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and the media will come directly to you as the organization. And whatever you tell them, that is what they are going to do, what? Publish, broadcast. Unlike a situation whereby the media is told, or the soldiers, those people manning the gate, they are told, when you see the media, kindly them, tell them not to come here. We don't want media here. And what the media will do, will seek for information, we look for information from other sources. And these other sources may give what we call information that is not true about the situation at hand. So what does that mean? It simply means that this might make even things worse for the organization. It's good that you have good media relations. Whenever a crisis occurs, whenever an issue has occurred in the organization, involve the media. Tell them exactly what happened, because what you tell them, they will not listen to other people, to only relay exact information that you have given them. So media relation is a strategic practice and an art that is used to manage an organization's interactions with various media outlets, shape public opinion. Yes, example I've given about what we call a crisis. Maybe the opinion of the public thinks that you do not have, say, for example, good equipment to fight the fire. Maybe the public thinks that it was because of negligence. But if the media comes and tell them this is what the organization went through, this is what happened in the organization, then you are shaping the opinion of this public. Also, is to promote what we call positive relationships. When you have media and anything, when there is something that has happened, or in an organization, you give them the due respect, you treat them in a special way, and you treat them in what we call with dignity. Then what you are doing is promoting positive relationship. It also helps navigate the complexity of media spread. We have said this. Issues to do with propaganda, issues to do with what we call information that is not true concerning an organization. You'll be able actually to cope with that. You'll be able not to actually tackle that situation. So to be able to tell this story, it helps also to share organization's achievement, handle challenges effectively. So as public increasingly relies on different media channels for information, media relations has evolved into multifaceted set of disciplines. And these multifaceted sets of disciplines include newspapers, includes television, because information can be passed through newspaper, it is print media. Information can be passed through television, through radio, and other traditional media, as well as digital expanding media and social networks. When you look at social networks, let me talk a little about social networks or social media. Social media is media whereby information is spreading very fast. Something that has happened in the US, it gets to Africa very fast. You can even have what we call live performance. It is happening in US. Then this live performance, someone in Kenya or someone in Asia can be able to know what is happening. Someone in India can be able to know what is happening in US. Like there was the war that was there between the Palestine and the United and the Israelis. We were able to see it through social media. We could see people, how they are suffering. We could see what was happening in Israel and in Palestine. So in other words, we are saying social media has become a very powerful tool. It has become a very powerful tool. Therefore, that is why today we are looking at media relations. Effective media relations is not just about responding to news or problems. You're not responding only to crises, responding to strikes, responding to fire outbreaks, responding to accidents, so on and so forth. Media relations include active engagement, storytelling, engage the media. For example, say for example, it is an organization, maybe for example, a university, want to have their graduation, the 21st graduation or the 8th graduation ceremony. Just write a very good story about the university where it started, engage the media, and so on and so forth. And also what we call positive public image. Maybe you want to build the image of the organization. Maybe you want to tell the people this is what has happened, the organization for the past days or for the past 3 years. So you can use the media to do that. So organizations that have mastered the art of media relations can use it as a powerful tool to spread key messages. Some organizations, I will not mention them, that they have actually done what? They have mastered the art of media relations. They establish very good relationship with the media. They establish very positive relationship with the media. And by so doing, they have realized media is a powerful tool to spread key messages, manage reputation, and ultimately influence public opinion. Because people may have a negative opinion about you. When you use the media and the right channels, people start now doing what? Changing their opinion towards the organization, changing their attitudes, changing their thinking about your organizations. So let us look at possible reasons an organization may reach out to the media. What are some of the possible reasons an organization may reach out to the media? What are the reasons? What are the whys that the organization may reach out to the media? So organization may reach out to the media for a variety of reasons, each driven by strategic communication goals. And some of these are just some. You may have even 100 reasons why organization may reach out to the media. These are some of the reasons why organization may reach out to the media. Number one is announcing significant achievements. Very true. Announcing significant achievements. Like we have seen one of Safaricom Kenya Limited announcing their achievement in terms of profits. Use the media. Then we can say this is an organization that is very stable. It tells you that M-Pesa has made this profit. M-Shwari has made this profit. It tells you that mobile banking has made this profit. It is M-Banking and so on and so forth. So announcing significant achievement. For example, an organization has now expanded. It has gone now abroad. It has now become an international organization. Then they use the media to tell you now services of our company, those people who live in a particular country, say for example, United States, UK, those who live in Austria, Australia, and so on and so forth, you can send money or you can utilize our services. A very good example is Western Union. So organizations often use the media to announce major milestones, announce major achievements, or significant developments. This could include product launches. Maybe an organization is launching a new product. Maybe it is relaunching a new product, not relaunching its product. Like we have seen some products, even including what we call newspapers, being relaunched, being repackaged. The way it used to look, it is now looking different. The pictures were black and white, now they are colored. Like the case of Standard Media some few years ago. Standard newspaper used to be black and white pictures. Now it got to a point that they had to relaunch their newspaper. So these include products launches and relaunching, groundbreaking innovations, or successful projects. When an organization comes up with a successful project, for example, new vehicles that are using gas, new electric vehicles has been maybe, for example, been made in Japan. Then these organizations, say for example, it's Toyota, they do what we call they announce successful projects. And this is what we are saying, that media relations are one of the main reasons why media reach out for what we call media is announcing significant achievements. Next point is organization may reach out to the media when sharing positive news and stories. Now, this one is in the 21st century. Nowadays, when sharing news and stories, organization may reach out to the media. So media outreach is a valuable tool. Organization seeking share positive stories about their activities, about their community involvement, about their philanthropy, employees' achievement. For example, we have seen organization like we have these people, these rich people globally or internationally. You see that they have donated COVID-19, what we call COVID-19 vaccine, COVID-19, what we call them, safety kits, so on and so forth. That is philanthropy. For employees' achievement, find that this is how the employees, or this is the best employee of the year. So positive news helps build what we call favorable public image. So you'll hear somebody saying, I want to work with organization XYZ. How did you come to know about it? It's through the media. What made you feel like you want to work for maybe United Nations? Because of what they are doing, because of their achievements. Achievement of an organization, once they are portrayed in the media, once they are broadcasted in the media, they actually create what we call favorable public image. Number 3, very critical, is crisis communication. Crisis is a situation whereby an issue has not been handled. There was an issue. This issue was not handled properly. This issue is not handled properly at an early age. This issue may escalate and become what we call a crisis. So a crisis is a situation whereby things are out of hand. You cannot now control them. A very good example is we have issues like when you visit some organizations, especially in Africa, in Kenya, you find that they do not have firefighting equipment. Do not have, maybe for example, in case of fire, a fire assembling point. So in case of fire, you find that the building is actually everything is affected tremendously, yeah? And that is a crisis because it was an issue before. We were supposed to buy what we call firefighting equipment and put them at strategic places. You are supposed to do training to your employees. In case of fire, this is what you are supposed to do. But all these things, when there were issues, you did not handle them properly. And therefore, when this thing arises, we usually call it what we call it a crisis. In many times of crisis or challenging situation, so in times of crisis or challenging situations, organization may proactively reach out to the media. This situation, organization may reach out to the media to provide accurate information, clarify misconceptions, and manage the narrative surrounding the event. Just like we started, I said this, sometimes organization faces what we call crisis. Crisis might be fire. Fire has destroyed everything in the organization. It has destroyed crucial documents, has destroyed equipment, have destroyed almost everything in the organization. Now the organization is no longer there. Now, people may think that it was negligence. Other people may think that this one was because of an electric fault. Others may think one of the people who was playing with what we call, maybe he was trying to fix something in the kitchen, then there was what we call gases exploded. Now, those are what we call misconceptions. You ask people why, people will always have what we call information about something. During crisis, you ask anybody, any Tom, Dick, and Harry, to tell you they are part of story. This is what happened. What they know might not be the truth. And therefore, during the times of crisis, those organizations in the 21st century that are very, very, very close, they have got what we call positive relationship with the media. They give the media the priority of coming to the organization and seeking information from them, so that when they publish the information and they broadcast information concerning certain crises, then everybody knows that this is what happened. If you have a negative relationship with the media during the times of crisis, you will have a very rough time to explain to the public in general what happened. Because you also try, you will have a very rough time, because you cannot just decide that this is the day that I should now get a positive relationship with the media. Sometimes you may even call the media will not come. The media, maybe for example, the first time they came, maybe you had a crisis and you chased them. You said that we don't want you. They may not even come there. We may be hearing propaganda from social media. And you know, when propaganda goes through social media, it is very bad. It can tarnish your image that you have taken hundreds or years to build. Social media can tarnish your image because there is no control over social media. At least with newspapers, with TV, with radio, there is control. With social media, expect anything from nowhere. So during crisis communication, the organization uses what we call media. The next thing is responding to negative coverage. Sometimes we use the media, or organization uses the media in the 21st century to respond to negative coverage. So here we are saying that when an organization is the subject of negative or inaccurate media coverage, reaching out to the media can be a way to address the concerns, correct inaccuracies, and present the organization's perspective. Yeah, we have seen organizations that have received negative and media coverage. The only way to save the organization is to have what we call good media relations. It is now the time now to use the media appropriately. Do what? Clear the air. Clear the air. Like, for example, in Africa, in Kenya, there was an issue about a certain young man was caught in Kisii village, in a certain village in Kisii, and he had a group of boys, young boys between the age of, say, 5 years and 13 years. And he had locked these boys in a room. And now the neighbor was very curious. So he went and reported this young man to a police station, to a nearby police station. So when the police came, he asked the man, why are you locking these young boys in this tiny room? The young man said that I'm locking these boys here because we are going to, I'm going to support them have better lives, good education, so on and so forth. Now, what happened is that the man said that I'm taking these boys to a certain church in this region. What happened is that the police called one of the church leaders in that particular region where these boys were to be taken, so that at least they can receive education, better life, and so on and so forth. One of the church leaders said, there is nothing of the sort. There is nothing of the sort. The person is lying. So in other words, we are saying this person responded to negative coverage. Responded to a negative coverage or negative sentiments that were being done by what? That were being said by this young man. So issues currently in the news, knowing this you can better understand why your story may not have received coverage. So it is good that we have good media relations. And many organizations usually go to the media, respond to negative media coverage. And negative media coverage can come from anywhere. It can come from the government, it can come from the community, it can come from the media itself, it can come from social media, and so on and so forth. Building and enhancing reputation. So in the 21st century, realize that organizations are using the media to build and to enhance what we call reputation. Media engagement is very crucial for reputation management. When you engage yourself with the media is very crucial for managing your reputation. So organizations may actively seek media coverage, build a positive reputation, establish thought leadership, and foster credibility within their industry or community. Next point is promoting events. We usually know that organizations sometimes they engage themselves in events. For example, events like we usually have what we call Mata Hat Run. We usually have events like exhibitions, sponsorships, so on and so forth. So sometimes the media or the organization may reach out to the media to promote those particular events. Organizations use the media to promote events such as conferences, seminars, product launches, exhibitions, sponsorship, community initiatives, CSR, community social responsibility, corporate social responsibility, and so on and so forth. So media coverage can help generate awareness and attendance. It also, when the media is covering your event, also helps attract what we call investors. Like in Kenya, we have what we call Equity Wings to Fly. Equity Wings to Fly is an event of Equity Bank, and it sponsors children who are bright. They do not have the ability, they do not have what we call financial capability of going to universities and also going to high school. So this particular event, sponsorship event, has attracted various bodies in the government and in the country. You'll find that there are sponsors who are coming. You find that there are people who are behind the launches, because every year they usually issue what we call sponsorship programs, or these sponsorship programs. The next point, reasons why organizations may go to the media or may seek media, the media is legitimacy and authority. So being featured in reputable media outlets can confer legitimacy and authority to an organization. So when you see, for example, media coverage, the media has covered a certain organization. For example, a university that is new in the region or in a country, and the media is covering their graduation ceremony, or the media is covering maybe a sponsorship program, a scholarship program. It simply means it is trying to tell the public that whatever we are doing is legit. Whatever we are trying to do is legit. It is true. It is something that is not it's not a story. It's not a dream. It's something that is happening. So you are trying to authenticate. You are trying to stamp that whatever we are doing is the truth of the matter. So such coverage can enhance organizations' credibility and trustworthiness in the eyes of the public. When we see, for example, somebody saying, maybe in the media saying that I started my degree in law in this particular university, I received 100% sponsorship, and I have graduated with a degree in law, or a master's in art in law. And what you're trying to tell us is that your university is legit, your organization is legit, sponsorship programs are legit, your scholarships are legit through the media. Number 8 is what we call policy advocacy and public affairs. Policy advocacy and public affairs. So organization usually involves themselves with the media to offer so that we can be able to, organization involved in advocacy or public affairs engaged with the media to raise awareness about specific issues, about shares, share their stances on public policy, or contribute to public discourse on matters relevant to their mission. Number 9 is what we call cultural or social impact, cultural or social impact. Organizations or firms, you can call them institutions, sometimes engage themselves in the 21st century with the media, cultural or social impact. So organizations may reach out to the media to highlight their contribution to cultural or social causes. These can include partnership with nonprofits, environmental initiatives, or diversity inclusion efforts. Number 10 is attracting talent. Attracting talent. So once you see the media, the media covering a certain organization, one of the main reasons may be to attract talent. For companies looking to attract top talent, media outreach can be a very good way to showcase their workshop cultures, values, and commitment to employees' development. Lastly, we are saying this, that the reason why organizations seek media in the 21st century is educational campaigns. Organizations often leverage media to educate the public on important issues, to educate the public, to disseminate information about health, safety, also promote awareness campaign. Like, for example, you realize that in the world, climate change has become an issue. Climate change has become an issue. It is what we call global warming. It is being experienced in the world. Countries are having what we call workshops. They are having seminars. They are having what we call meetings, discuss on how we are going, or they are going to ensure that they minimize this global warming thing. Because of that, the public is being, the media sensitizing on the issue of something like planting the trees. Just the other day, in Kenya, there was a holiday. The holiday was about planting the trees. It was a tree planting day. So that at least this can do what? At least this can bring a positive impact as far as global warming is concerned. People and nations, media, you see, organizations, they use the media to tell people, use what we call environmental friendly equipment. Like, you can use what we call things to do with biogas for cooking. You can use what we call an electric car instead of petroleum car, because petroleum affects the environment. And when you go to China, you realize that most of the cars that are driven there are electric cars, because they have realized the environment has to be taken care of. So in other words, we are saying that organizations use the media, do what? Leverage the media, educate the public on important issues, like, for example, climate change, for example, issues to do with corruption, so on and so forth. So then, let's look at advantages of media relations. Let's look at advantages of media relations. Number one is what we call trust development. Trust development. We talk about trust development, it simply means that once you have got what we call good media relations, then there is what we call trust. This trust is developed. To develop trust with the media will trust you. Even when people are saying negative things about the situation that you are going through, or maybe a crisis that happened, the media will always trust the organization and the public, than the community, the public. So potential customers are more influenced by the people that they trust, from market influencers to journalists. than brands. A company can tell a client that it is reliable and valuable for decades, that the message still will not hit home until another credible figure confirms it. So media relations done properly can help businesses prove themselves by getting shout-outs from venues their audiences already trust, and the stories published through reputable platforms, they give you an instant boost in credibility. This is very true. Brand reach advantage of media relations that the brand, there is what we call brand reach, that your brand can reach very far. Posting news stories about your business on your website is very great. However, the only people who find your story will be the people who already knows about you. On the other hand, if you publish a story through a media outlet, you expand your brand reach to include everyone in that company's audience. And therefore, right media relationship can expand your sales opportunities and help you reach new visible clients like never before. So having said that, I think we have come to our conclusion, and we can conclude by saying this. The strategic importance of media relations in the 21st century cannot be overstated. It cannot be overstated. Truly, it cannot be overstated. This dynamic relationship between media organizations and the media serves a powerful tool for success, encompassing proactive communication of achievements, crisis management, reputation building, and cultivation of what we call legitimacy. So in today's interconnected world, well-crafted media relations, then we can say strategy, we can say is essential. Organizations to effectively communicate, organization to effectively engage their audiences, or organization to navigate evolving landscape of communication. Those who embrace transparency, those who embrace authenticity and adaptability in their media relations approach are poised not only share their stories, but also shape the narrative of progress and impact in our rapidly challenging global environment. That is the end of our today's lesson. Unless there is a question, then you can only post that question on my YouTube channel there down. And remember, this is media relations. Next week, I'll be going to lesson 3 on media relations. And topic 3, I will be covering what we call tools of media relations. Having said that, enjoy your day. Don't miss out on topic 3. Good day.